Yo, yo, yo. What's up, guys? What's going on, chat? Good morning, good day. What is up? It's Thursday, baby. The weekend is almost here. Sorry, the music stopped, dude. Steam's music player. Steam, fix your crap. Steam's music player, dude, is just not liking repeat, man. I don't know what the heck's wrong with their music player. They need to fix that crap, though. It's cool. I'll get it worked out. I'll, you know, I'll send them an email. Surely they'll get to it once I take care of that, I'll send them an email and be like, yo, once they see it's from OA, they'll be like, dude, we got to get this fixed. Get that Java. It's Thursday. Happy Thursday, guys. We'll be doing day 10 of Breath of the Wild. Whoa! Whoa, bro! What's up, dude? Day 10 of Breath of the Wild. We got the Game Awards today, too. Game Awards. Yeah. So, this will be the last day that I talk about how you can get yourself in the running for a free Steam Deck during the Game Awards. But, we'll be watching it here in the channel. It'll be a long stream today. Long stream. But that's cool. I mean, I feel like we usually do long streams. We do like 8-9 hour streams every day, but today will be what's considered kind of longer for us because around the time we're usually shutting it down, we'll be starting up the Game Awards. So we're gonna stream it here in the channel. We'll have some fun. So that's kind of the schedule for today. We'll do our video gaming news segment as always. Then we'll hop into Breath of the Wild. We'll get a full day of gameplay in, and around the time, like I said, we're usually like kind of summing up the stream and shutting it down. We'll actually go in to start watching the Game Awards. So we'll watch the Game Awards for today. Should be a good day. So if you're not familiar with what time that starts for us, CST, right? So right now it's roughly 20 after 6 a.m. CST. The Game Awards start for us at 1500 hours or 3 o'clock p.m. CST. That's what time we're going to start watching the Game Awards here in the channel. Cool. So that's the plan. Hope everybody's having a good day. Let's get over here and do what we do. Let's start working our way into this video gaming news segment. Cool. This is what we're jamming out to this morning. We got some of the Subnautica vibes. Let's get that death counter off of there until we get back into the Zelda this morning. Yeah, this is what we're listening to. Subnautica vibes. Cool. Really cool base building. Open world exploration. Adventure type of game, man. Survival-esque. So if you're into that kind of jam, highly recommend checking it out. And amazing OST. So go check out Subnautica. And this is the music we've been listening to this morning is from the Subnautica soundtrack. Cool. Subnautica OST. Very good stuff. Got it. Let's go ahead and get into this news. Start it off here. Let's see what we got, man. So I already came across one article this morning, which was Days Gone director blames woke reviewers for game's middling reception. those dang woke kids with their wokeness, man. Yeah, we'll read that. We'll see what this director has to say about that. Well, let's see what else we can find. Wick. Whoa. What's up, dude? What are you doing, man? Man, I need coffee this morning. Ah, so good, dude. Let me get this echo out of here. We might have a little bit of an echo. Bloom. There we go. Solid. Now we should be good. Oh, baby. What, dude? Nintendo lands Call of Duty in 10-year Microsoft deal? No. No way, bro. Oh, this is fantastic, dude. No way. Bro, this is probably a very, very similar kind of contract that they tried to offer Sony and Sony shot it down. Oh, dude, take a look. Let's dive into that and see if this is real or not. Dude, that's gonna be funny. Wow. Yeah, let's read that. Let's do that. Yeah, we're gonna get into that, dude. What was right now? Right now. You want to read that right now? Nah, let's get these articles up first. I'm sorry, dude. We got to get the articles. We'll take a peek real quick. It legit says Microsoft has entered into a 10-year agreement to bring Call of Duty to Nintendo consoles, though. Yeah. So that's stating it as a fact, like it's done. It is done, meaning that Nintendo fully expects not this brings up two different significant points here, right? Not only does this mean that Nintendo fully expects Microsoft to be the full owner of that IP moving forward, because that's not the case right now, right? Microsoft is still fighting to get actual ownership to acquire Activision Blizzard, right? They don't actually own the IP right now of Call of Duty, but they are expecting to. But Nintendo's fully expecting. That means that Nintendo is fully expecting that acquisition to happen, right? But it also shows that Nintendo's like, that seems like a pretty good deal. and Sony shot it down trying to make Microsoft look bad. So that's pretty wild, man. That's pretty wild. So we'll take a look. That's some pretty crazy news. No way. That would feel bad. I'm not gonna dive into this, but look, because it's not really, it's not super pertinent. It feels bad. This individual saying they received a legit, just a piece of plastic in a box when they tried to order a 3060 Ti off Amazon. Now, a lot of this is going to have to do with like who was this an actual Amazon retailer? You know what I mean? Are you talking about this Wick? Or are you talking about the Nintendo thing, dude? And Amazon saying they're not gonna refund or anything, that's if that truly happened, dude, that's terrible. That's a lot of money. Oh, the Nintendo, dude, that's insane news. Yeah, that's insane news, dude. That is such a huge piece for Microsoft moving forward with the Activision Blizzard thing too. Jesus, dude. Wow, Nintendo just threw. I mean, just basically like slapped PlayStation in the face, dude. It's literally wild, man. Oh, that's pretty funny. I'll get into it as soon as I can, buddy. I know. Yeah, it's craziness, dude. How you doing this morning, man? Marvel's Avengers reportedly will not have new content after 2023. I'm surprised they continued to put new content in the game this far. They just released Bucky, or the Winter Soldier, right? Winter Soldier's just coming out. They had announced that for a long time, but this game has not done very well, and rightfully so. Let's be honest. So I'm not surprised that this coming year is going to be the last year. Gamer, what's up, buddy? How you been, dude? Wait, what? Destiny 2 game director responds to complaints about player burnout. We'll take a look at that too. We'll read the Nintendo one first, but let's take a look at that. Living the dream, baby. Was there a slash S on the end of that, man? Or are you actually doing good, dude? Oh, freebie alert! Amazon giving away 8 free games to Prime members. So we'll see if that's stuff we've already seen or if this is something new. It might be something new for the holiday season, like what Epic does. We'll see. PS4 discounts one of the best games of all time. Take a look at that. Final Fantasy could be coming to Fortnite as an upcoming crossover. That would be big for both games. Epic Games is introducing a new child-friendly account type. Interesting. Let's go and look at our other search real quick. Yeah, that's what I was getting ready to say. It's gonna hinge on the actual Activision, Microsoft being able to close the deal with the Activision Blizzard acquisition. Um, but I think Nintendo's pretty positive that's going to happen at this point. We're about to read about that. I'm sorry. Some people are good at it. Some people aren't, man. I mean, I figured you were being a bit sarcastic there. Text based is hard, though. You know what I mean? That's why quite often we use like emotes and stuff to convey that kind of thing, like sarcasm and irony and things like that. But I figured you were being a bit sarcastic there in that second statement. I do hope you're doing all right, though, buddy. Mm. Bloodborne fans find hope for new announcement at the game. Look, man, this is one of those things, dude. I'll pull this up. We'll take a quick peek at this, but dude, Bloodborne fans, or basically the Soulsborne fans in general, um, and especially anything that has to do with Bloodborne, anything they can take and try to turn it into something that potentially seems like news for a remake or even a port for that game to modern consoles, like a remaster or anything, dude, they will take it and run with it. It's one of those games. There are a number of them. Like all From has to do is get on like social media and go, Bloodborne, send. The world goes nuts. You know, there are a few games like that, like Rockstar. That's all I have to do. GTA 6, send it. The world goes nuts. You know what I mean? It's one of those unique titles that way. But we'll see what they're talking about there. Street Fighter 6 release date reportedly leaked through store. We might actually see that release date today at the Game Awards, though. It won't be too much longer before that releases, I don't think. Metal Hellsinger arrives on PS4 and Xbox One alongside big update. We'll take a look at that. Yeah, we've got that up already. Let's stick with that. We'll stick with that. Let me go ahead and talk about this real quick, and then we'll get into the Nintendo thing, okay? Oh, Nintendo, come back here. So, here you go. Today's the Game Awards, guys. We're going to watch it here in this channel at 3 o'clock p.m., 1500 hours, whichever one you want to go by, which is roughly what? 8.5 hours from now, something like that. We'll start watching the Game Awards, okay? Here's the deal. They are giving away Steam Decks, man. They're giving away Steam Decks every single minute during the Game Awards. But you have to register, okay? So, there are some requirements. You have to be in the US, Canada, UK, or the EU. You need to have made a purchase on Steam with your account between November 14th of last year and November 14th of this year. Your account must be in good standing, and you cannot have a limited account, meaning at some point in time, you have to have spent over $5 on your Steam account. Otherwise, it's stuck in that limited account status, okay? If you meet these requirements, literally all you have to do is go right here, log in, and you're registered. You go to this link, you log in to your Steam account, and you are registered. That's all there is to it. It basically just checks your account to see if your account meets these requirements, and it goes, cool, you're registered for the drawing. Good. It's super easy, okay? And now, the only other thing you need to know is that whenever the Game Awards are happening live today, you need to be logged into your Steam account, and you need to be watching at this website, which is steam.tv, okay? So, you meet all those requirements, you register, you watch today when the Steam Awards are live, then you are in the running to win one of these Steam Decks, which are, again, being given away every single minute. One of these is being given away every single minute during the Game Awards. We're going to watch it here in this channel. You do have the option of watching here with us and maybe having another tab open with the stream here logged in, so you're still in the running to win a Steam Deck if that's what you want to do. Everybody's welcome to come watch here. You know what I mean? We're going to have a good time watching it together, but I don't want people missing out on the opportunity to potentially get themselves a nice piece of gaming hardware for free, okay? I'm going to link this in chat. Here you go. There's also a few more giveaway rules in a bit more depth here that I've pulled up just in case anybody is interested, all right? So there they are. All of that is in chat. Now, let's talk about this. Off the bat this morning, out the gate, Nintendo lands Call of Duty in 10-year Microsoft deal. Again, this will hinge, obviously, on Microsoft being able to move forward with fully acquiring Activision Blizzard, right? Obviously. But this is a pretty big deal with the situation going on right now with Sony trying to say it's anti-competitive and stuff like that, right? So Microsoft has entered into a 10-year agreement to bring Call of Duty to Nintendo consoles following its plan to acquire the game's publisher. Microsoft wants to buy Activision Blizzard, which also makes Overwatch and Warcraft and countless. The portfolio that Activision Blizzard has is enormous, right? For roughly 69 billion US, right? The deal would enable Microsoft to stop Call of Duty from appearing on rival consoles such as Sony's PlayStation 5. But they've been pretty vocal about saying that was never really their aim. Yeah. The UK watchdog, the Competition and Markets Authority, says this could lessen competition in gaming. Microsoft says this is not the case and is now offering the title to rivals for a limited time. In announcing the deal, Microsoft President Brad Smith said the same offer was on the table for Sony if it was willing to sit down and talk. Now, here's the big thing. What's funny is that this offer apparently was already offered to Sony, and Sony shot it down and said it's not good enough, right? And then Sony was like trying to talk about how this acquisition of Blizzard or of Microsoft buying Activision Blizzard is wholly anti-competitive and taking Call of Duty away from Sony's platform of PlayStation is going to result in them basically just getting dumped on, and it's so anti-competitive that it's such a unique title. It's basically going to destroy them in a matter, in fewer words. That's basically what they were trying to get at, right? Ultimately, the way it comes off to me is that Sony doesn't want things to change from the way they've always been. Okay, I can get more in depth than that. I've talked about it enough. I'm not really going to dive into that. But what's funny is that Microsoft brought up previously, whenever Sony came out and said all these things, Microsoft brought up the fact that Nintendo's been fine without it. You know, they were like, Nintendo has been absolutely fine without Call of Duty. They're flourishing as a one of our competitors. So why are you talking about how this is going to ruin your platform? You know, so it's funny that they brought up that example, and now Nintendo's going, yo, we'll strike a deal with you. The same, probably, at least we know the same amount of time in that deal, and it's probably a very, very similar contract to what Sony shot down, you know? Well, yeah, I mean, gamer, you're talking about a perfect world, man. You're talking about a perfect world, dude. Ultimately, it wouldn't matter who was even if Microsoft doesn't end up becoming the owner of Activision Blizzard, and they are not if it's just Activision Blizzard that maintains the ownership of that IP, and it's not Microsoft, it's literally a matter of, contract negotiations. And I mean, you're not wrong, but the world's just not that simple. You know what I mean? Business is not that simple, unfortunately. And the gaming industry, I agree with you. I feel like most titles should be on most platforms. But I mean, on the flip side of that, dude, you go take a look at Nintendo. Nintendo games don't go to any other platform, really. You know what I mean? So, and that's one of the areas that they've always been very good at kind of keeping themselves very, very away from the other competitors. If you want to play Nintendo games, you stay on Nintendo. You can't play them anywhere else. All your Call of Duty games on PlayStation are going to be useless in the future. What do you mean? Why would you say that? I wouldn't say that. Like they're just gonna. It's not like they're gonna quit providing service for those games. That's not the play. That's not the way that's gonna work. Look, it's inevitable, dude. Games at some point in time will die. It's inevitable. It's inevitable, dude. That's the way things go. There are varying lifespans for titles, though. That's something. I mean, there are games that die very quickly. There are games that survive for a very, very long time. It's a lot of it is just hinges on how much sense does it make for the company to continue to support that, the servers that are keeping the game alive. We see it every day. We read about it every day. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't say that, man. All your Call of Duty games on PlayStation are going to be useless? No. Again, I mean, in regards to the way this is going, I would be much more worried about the Call of Duty franchise not being available on other platforms, honestly, if this was PlayStation buying out Activision Blizzard. I am actually a bit more optimistic about Call of Duty being more readily available on more platforms. Any Activision Blizzard titles being readily available on more platforms moving forward, being bought by Microsoft, because they are traditionally better about that thing than Sony is. So I wouldn't say that, dude. I wouldn't say that. But again, I mean, it's kind of inevitable. Time kills games. It just does. But just because Microsoft ends up acquiring Activision Blizzard doesn't mean that Call of Duty titles on PlayStation are automatically going to die. That's not going to be the case, man. It absolutely won't be. In announcing the deal, Microsoft President Brad Smith said the same offer was on the table for Sony if it was willing to sit down and talk. Our acquisition will bring Call of Duty to more gamers and more platforms than ever before. That's good for competition and good for consumers. Thank you at Nintendo. Any day at Sony wants to sit down and talk, we'll be happy to hammer out a 10-year deal for PlayStation as well. Dude. Oh my gosh, man. The CMA has launched an in-depth investigation into the deal, saying Sony's revenue and users could be significantly affected if it loses access to Call of Duty. It noted that previous Microsoft deals have led to games being made Microsoft exclusives, with its acquisition of Bethesda resulting in the new game Starfield only appearing on Xbox and PC. A CMA spokesperson said, "We are aware of these developments and will continue to monitor the competitive landscape throughout our investigation." Sony has been a vocal critic of the acquisition, which it said in October is bad for competition, bad for the gaming industry, bad for gamers themselves, but mostly of all, it's bad for us. Adding it would give Microsoft a dominant position in gaming, meaning it would actually give probably Microsoft a leg up on, or it would give Xbox a leg up on PlayStation that it's never had before, ultimately leading to PlayStation kind of crapping their pants a little bit. But the 10-year offer is significant for Nintendo, which last had a Call of Duty game on its consoles in 2013. Phil Spencer, head of Microsoft's Xbox gaming division, said Call of Duty would continue to be available on PCs through Steam, a gaming distribution service. This means that, in theory, the game series could also be available on Steam Deck, a handheld gaming computer not owned by Microsoft, although this would depend on the hardware requirements of subsequent releases. Look, dude, if they're saying that they can make, if they're committed to getting Call of Duty on Nintendo, which at this point in time only has Switch, there is not going to be an issue with getting Call of Duty on the Steam Deck. All right? Let's be very, very clear. The BBC has approached Sony for comment. This is actually hilarious. What a very, very, very well played tactical move by Microsoft to get Nintendo to buy into this. Like, I mean, this you know that this was strategized. You know, they were like, okay, Sony is not going to. And again, I said this for a long time. Like, so it didn't matter what Microsoft offered Sony. Sony was going to shut it down. It would have had to have been like some absurd contract of lifelong Call of Duty, forever Call of Duty on PlayStation, and it wouldn't cost Sony anything. It would have to have been something absurd like that for Sony to go, okay, we'll take that. you know, but Sony shot down like a 10-year deal earlier, and Microsoft was like, let's see if Nintendo will buy in. And they did, dude. Oh, man. That's actually hilarious. All right. We'll see what happens moving forward. Freebie alert, Amazon's giving away 8 video games worth over $100 to all Prime members. Yeah. Yeah, I understand that. Yeah, I understand that. Yeah, I get that. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah, I know. I mean, that's where a lot of people. I mean, I think that's where a lot of people end up kind of gravitating towards as far as platform wise. It's like, well, I've always kind of been here. I've got this collection. I'll just stick with it. Which again, I mean, I absolutely understand that. It just sucks whenever those companies seem like they lose their direction. You know what I mean? When they lose that, I understand their businesses. That's not lost on me. But whenever they seem like they're starting to lose that focus of having a real dedicated aim at providing for the customer, really caring about the customer, and that's where I really start having an issue, and Sony has started coming off like one of those companies to me. They're starting to come off like one of those companies that all they care about is money. And again, I understand it's business and everything, but I think there's a big difference between these companies that are so tunnel visioned in on greed and the companies that obviously still have a high priority on making money, but you can still see they have a focus on the consumer as well. That's my only thing. Sometimes the deal that seems too good to be true is, in fact, true. This is one of those times. During the entire month of December, Amazon is giving away a whopping 8 games and tons of free loot to Amazon Prime members. Not a member? Believe it or not, you can still get the goods. Sign up, yeah. There are always ways to get free Prime trials, right? I kind of try to tell people that, not everybody has Prime memberships, but quite often, like basically every single month, Amazon comes out with like a whole new slew of free games and new content within video games, So, I try to promote the fact there are usually various ways which you can go about researching how to get Prime free trials. And what I would say is your best bet is to go at like mid-month and get a free trial. That way you get 1 month's free content all the way into the next month's free content and grab all that stuff. Why 3-head? What happened? What happened, dude? What'd I do? Once the trial is over, you can either subscribe for $13 a month or $120 a year, or just cancel altogether. No hard feelings. Fans of Twitch might remember all the free games they used to give out. Good news, they still do, just under a new name now, Prime Gaming, yeah. Let's see what they're giving away. I did nothing, just normal 3-head. Spinach. Desert Child. Brothers, Tale of Two Sons. This is an amazing game, by the way. Banners of Ruin is supposed to be very good as well. Rose Riddle 2. The Great American Circus. Interesting. Doors Paradox. Quake. All of those games are Prime free gaming. Or Prime Gaming free titles for this month. So, if you have Prime, go grab them. If you don't have Prime, there are always ways out there to get free trial, like month-long trial memberships to where you can grab these titles. So, I don't know. Take a look, see what you can get, okay? If you're interested. Yeah, I know, man. I know. Which is, I mean, I try to. I think that's the thing that's tough though is that that's what gaming's supposed to be. It's supposed to be something for most people that allows you to escape and relax and get away from your normal life and have fun and everything. And I think that there needs to be a certain amount of people that hold these companies to a standard that sometimes it seems like they're falling away from, right? So I understand that some people don't care to dive into that side of things, and that's why I do what I do, you know. So for me, it's important because I do think that there needs to be an amount of us that try to at least raise concern for the issues that we see happening in the industry that seem like they need to be addressed. Yeah, and that's what it's about for me. Trying to not let a lot of these developers and big business leaders in the industry get away with some of the some of the shenanigans that they do try to get away with, you know, because ultimately that's like a snowball effect, and it just keeps going. It'll get worse and worse and worse if issues aren't addressed. People don't, you know, put that kind of stuff out into the limelight and say, yo, this is not the way to go about getting things done, and to make sure there's a focus on yourself and myself as the consumer and the lovers of video games, right? Otherwise, quality just continues to drop and get worse and worse, and that's why I do what I do, and I understand why you don't care to dive into that side of things, but that is why I do it, you know. Wick, you're wild, dude. PS4 discounts one of the best games of all time to only $4. Um, from now until December 22nd, Castlevania Requiem, Symphony of the Night, and Rondo of Blood has had its price drastically cut down on the PlayStation Store. Typically, this remastered bundle of Symphony of the Night, guys, this is one of my top 5 favorite games of all time. Symphony of the Night. Oh, this game made me fall in love with Metroidvanias. This game is amazing. Rondo of Blood I have not played, but these retail for $19.99 on PlayStation Marketplace. Both games can be grabbed together for the low price of $4. In total, this is a discount of 80% compared to what Castlevania Requiem normally costs on PS4. In case you're unfamiliar, with each of these games, Rondo of Blood and Symphony of the Night were both released back in the 1990s, went on to receive a fair amount of critical acclaim. Symphony of the Night in particular, though, has often been cited as one of the best games ever made, and is still considered one of the most important Metroidvania titles within the genre it helped found. Assuming you have somehow never played Symphony of the Night, this new sale for the game's PS4 remaster is definitely worth pouncing on. Yeah, dude, I highly recommend somehow, some way, even if you're not buying this right now, if you enjoy platformer Metroidvania type games, dude, Symphony of the Night is an actual masterpiece. This is a huge historical, iconic piece of video gaming mastery. It is amazing. And not too long, what was it, 2020, 2019? Bloodstained. Bloodstained released, which is made by the same developer that created Symphony of the Night. Yeah, it looks like the this is a sell just on PS Store. Yep. Looks like it is a sell just on the PS Store. I'll link this in here for you guys though if you want. Um, but highly recommend. What I'm probably going to do before too long is I haven't played Bloodstained yet, but I own it, and I really want to play Bloodstained. What I'm probably going to do is play Symphony of the Night all the way through. We'll stream Symphony of the Night, play it all the way through, and then we'll go right into playing Bloodstained because it's the same exact developer that made both games. And there's like I think close to like 2 decades of time in between both of these titles. It'll be really cool to see the differences and similarities between both of these games. You know, so but I highly recommend checking that game out. Symphony of the Night. Again, I can't really speak to Rondo of Blood, but this one right here is absolutely amazing. Final Fantasy could be coming to Fortnite, possibly the biggest crossover in gaming history. Fortnite is pretty much the melting pot of all things popular, with almost 100 collaborations under its belt. Some may say that the Dragon Ball crossover is the biggest collaboration in gaming history, but another Japanese franchise may just take the cake. Fortnite leaker Shinobi has speculated that Epic Games could be gearing up for a massive collaboration between Fortnite and Final Fantasy. No surprise that Final Fantasy would be in the running for collaboration with one of the biggest brands in gaming. After all, Final Fantasy is celebrating its 35th anniversary this year, and there are no shortage of noteworthy characters who would appear in Fortnite. Final Fantasy VII characters seem to be the best option for this possible collaboration, with characters like Cloud, Tifa, and Sephiroth being logical fits. Fans also mentioned that the Buster Sword could be a great replacement for the pickaxe. Yep. While this collaboration sounds great, we can only wait and see whether Epic Games will issue an official announcement. Considering this leaker's positive track record, the speculation isn't too far-fetched for Fortnite and Final Fantasy fans alike. Wick, you better have a Sephiroth skin. All right, that's all I got to say, buddy. You hear me, dude? Or Tifa. That'd work too. That would work too. But that would be cool. Dude, this would be a huge thing. Like I said, whenever I found this article in the first place, this would be actually massive for both franchises. Mom! Mom! Mom, I need V-Bucks. Yeah, dude. Yeah. Yeah. We'll see if mom's feeling generous or not, you know. Epic is introducing a new child-friendly account type to make online play safer. Fortnite, Rocket League, and Fall Guys will take advantage of new cabined accounts. Really? Epic is introducing a new child-friendly account type to make it safer for young children to engage with online games like Fortnite, Fall Guys, and Rocket League. Cabined accounts automatically apply to Epic accounts owned by players under the age of 13, or their country's age of digital consent, whichever is higher. It'll disable features like voice and free text chat, buying games or add-ons, downloading games that aren't owned by Epic, custom display names, and linking the Epic account to places like Facebook and Twitch. Some of these features can be reactivated through the provided parent or guardian's email, with kids able to ask for permission for them to be enabled. Kids will still be able to play games like Fortnite, Rocket League, and Fall Guys online with friends and strangers. Any previous purchases made or in-game rewards earned will also stick around. Also, it'll just lock features like chatting or buying battle passes unless allowed by a designated adult. Epic says cabined accounts should provide a tailored experience that is safe and inclusive for younger players using the store or launcher, while also maintaining access to the gameplay you love. Yeah, this is exactly what I was getting ready to talk about. Yeah, Happy, what's up, buddy? This is exactly what I was getting ready to touch on. Though it's probably pretty easy for kids to lie and say they're over the age of 13 to circumvent a lockdown account, I'm sure it's still proved a useful tool to those who know how to make full use of Epic's new feature. Yeah. I mean, this is the big deal, right? So for parents that are actually um, involved and have oversight about what their kids are engaged in, um, this will be utilized by those types of individuals, right? But for a lot of kids, they're just thrown like onto PCs and been like, "Yo, get out of my hair," quite often. And so a kid's gonna like go make an Epic account and go, "Wait, if I say that I'm actually my age, they're like 12," and it's like, "Yo, if I actually say that I'm 12, I'm gonna be restricted?" No, check it out, I'm 21. I mean, that's kids aren't dumb, dude. Kids are smart, and that's what most of the time what's going to happen. You know, so online safety across all age groups is becoming an ever-present concern for developers, and the onus is increasingly being put on them to create safer, more pleasant ways to engage with games we love. Just recently, we've seen Riot and Blizzard introduce voice chat recordings for Valorant and Overwatch 2 to help weed out toxic babies. I like it, dude. Toxic babies. Streaming service Twitch has been strengthening its methods to keep children safe since a September Bloomberg report highlighted ways child predators engage with youngsters on the site. Yeah. So, look, I'm not saying this isn't like a good step in the right direction for Epic, but ultimately, I mean, kids aren't dumb. They're gonna just go, I'm older than I am. Yeah, Happy, exactly, dude. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah. So, I mean, it's not a bad idea. This is what's going on with a lot of stuff though in gaming nowadays. There is a heightened sense of awareness regarding a lot of the real bad toxic things that can go on in regards to what children can be exposed to in online communities, right? And a lot of it in gaming too. And a lot of these developers are trying to develop new approaches to how to address these situations and keep kids safer. You know, it's going to take time though. It's not a real easy thing to address, and I guess at least steps are being taken. They're trying, but we're a long ways away still, basically. Bloodborne fans find hope for new announcement at the Game Awards. Bloodborne fans have been met with renewed hope this week that the beloved PlayStation 4 game could soon receive a new update in the coming day. Ever since the PS5 release back in 2020, fans of the critically acclaimed From Software action title have been hoping and praying that a next-gen upgrade would roll out for Bloodborne to improve its performance when played on PS5. While Sony hasn't come close to indicating that anything of this sort could be happening in the future, fans are once again finding a new reason to believe this could be coming to fruition. Spotted by this is Lee Li Joe. I think that's right. On Twitter, a new update for Bloodborne is slated to go live within the coming day on December 8th. Today, this update won't be for the game itself, but will instead be in the form of routine maintenance for the game servers, which will remain live to this day. While nothing about this update on its own indicates that bigger things could be happening, some fans found it quite peculiar that this patch would be going live the same day as the Game Awards. After all, the Game Awards is often an event where major announcements are made concerning a number of upcoming video games across the gaming industry. It's not just upcoming, but a lot of it does have to do with like upcoming games for sure. As such, perhaps this maintenance could be taking place in proximity to a larger patch for Bloodborne, which could also be going live. As many Bloodborne fans were quick to point out, though, the game has often received server maintenance like this in the past, which has never led to any larger patches dropping in proximity. While there's always a chance this could change, this time around, history tells us all these theories and hopes will likely result in nothing but more sadness. Since Sony seems to be doing nothing with Bloodborne as an IP nowadays, though, hope is really the only thing fans have left to cling to. Look, this could absolutely just be a coincidence. Yeah, Happy, you're not wrong. I talk about that quite often, actually. I'll touch on that in a moment. I said this whenever we brought up this article initially. Anything that anybody can take about Bloodborne and try to turn it into a bit like some kind of hopefulness about something new coming for this title, they'll do it. And people will find ways. They always do. It's one of those titles where people are just reaching, man. They're reaching for anything they can to try to, go, oh, here it is, man, it's coming. And they turn the littlest piece of information into something big, for this title. And that maybe it is an indication that something's coming today, but it's quite possible it's just a coincidence too, As they said, I mean, this game receives server maintenance historically, throughout the lifespan of its release and the history of the game, and it could just be a coincidence they're having some server maintenance on the same day as the Game Awards. But somebody saw this and went, oh man, it's happening. There's some news today, and it could be news. We'll see, man. We're going to watch it. Yeah, gaming, music, movies, whatever, it's more of a parent thing. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you're not wrong. Again, I mean, it's absolutely on. I've said this a lot. First and foremost, parents or guardians or whoever is in charge of kids, children, it's really their responsibility in the first place to ensure that whatever there's oversight. There's some awareness as to what children, their children are being exposed to and what they're engaging in the content that they're diving into. So ultimately, first and foremost, it's definitely on the parents and guardians of children to keep them away from bad content. But I mean, this is one of the things I'll say as well. I mean, we've talked about a lot of things like this too. Like you take an environment like Roblox, right? Yeah, for sure, Happy. Yeah, you're not wrong. Yeah. I mean, it's hard to. You're not going to catch everything. It's impossible. You're not going to catch everything. It's impossible, right? I think the big thing there is setting a good basis for children, and going, look, you understand what's right and wrong. If something seems off, you need to, you have to have that relationship with your kids to go, if something seems wrong, if something seems off, you need to tell me. You got to have that kind of relationship too, to where you can try to hopefully have enough trust in your children or the kids to know that if something is not right, they'll come to you and let you know. But this is the thing, on the part of software developers, there's a lot of software out there, and I'm just going to be speaking specifically about the gaming world because that's what this is about, right? I'm not going to dive into other forms of entertainment and things like that. But in the gaming world, there's a lot of software that is developed and aimed specifically at children, right? I mean, you take like Roblox and worlds like that where are there absolutely adults that enjoy those environments too? Yeah, but you cannot deny the fact that they're definitely aimed at a younger audience as well, right? And my thing is, if a developer is going to be creating software aimed and marketed at younger audiences, it is their job to ensure that those children are kept safe also. It's their job to ensure that, and it's not easy. I'm not saying it's easy, but if that's what you're doing, you're creating software for an environment to bring in children, to bring in a younger audience. That's your job. That should be at the forefront of what you're trying to take care of, is keep children safe. There should be all kinds of, I mean, and it's a struggle. It's always a fight. Yeah, I mean that you're not wrong, but it doesn't negate the fact that that should be at the forefront of their concerns. You know what I mean? So it goes both ways. You know what I mean? Parents absolutely, guardians absolutely have a job to protect children, have oversight of what they're being, the kids are engaging in. But a lot of that software, man, is being developed specifically aimed at children and stuff. Those developers have a true job themselves in a responsibility in keeping those kids safe too. Street Fighter 6 release date. Reportedly leaked through PlayStation Store. Capcom, we're probably going to see this today at the Game Awards, more than likely. Capcom has repeatedly noted that Street Fighter 6 was coming out in 2023, but was bullish on exactly when. However, it seems as though Sony has prematurely put up a listing noting that Street Fighter 6 is releasing on June 2nd. SF6 is releasing on June 2nd, 2023, according to PSN, with standard, deluxe, ultimate editions. As noted by Wario64 on Twitter, a Reset Era user posted a screenshot from the PlayStation Store showing the game's 3 editions. And it plainly states in all 3 that Street Fighter 6 is releasing on Friday, June 2nd. All of these versions also grant users the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 versions. Outfit colors for the 6 characters, titles, and stickers. The deluxe one adds in the Year 1 character pass, while the most expensive tier grants the Year 1 Ultimate Pass. Capcom has not confirmed or denied this date, but given its apparent authenticity and proximity to the Game Awards, it's likely that this gets officially announced soon. Yeah. We're going to see a lot of, again, we're watching the Game Awards here today. It'll be at, what are we, like 8 or 9 hours away from it now? I can't remember. I would have to math that. But at 1500 hours or 3 o'clock p.m., we're going to be watching the Game Awards in the channel today. We're going to see, outside of awards being given, obviously, because that's the primary focus of that showcase, we're going to see specific dates given out to games we know are in development. We're going to get additional details about games that we know are in development. And we're going to see some things, announcements about stuff we didn't necessarily know were in development at this point, right? So we'll get a little bit of stuff all the way across that front. Looks like Street Fighter 6 is set for a June 2nd release, unofficially. Probably pretty good information there, though, with that leak off of the PlayStation Store. It'll probably announce today in the Game Awards, though. Metal Hellsinger arrives on PS4 and Xbox One alongside big new update. Metal Hellsinger released in September on PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S, and now it's coming to even more platforms on December 8th. The Outsiders officially announced that the rhythmic shooter is making its way to PS4 and Xbox One alongside a meaty update full of new content. Along with various bug fixes, balance changes, and performance optimizations, this 1.5 patch introduces a new harder difficulty mode called Archdevil. The setting unleashes a bigger horde of stronger demons and takes away the last stand mechanic, meaning players can't revive if they go down. The 1.5 patch also adds more ways to extend combos. Doing certain actions on consecutive beats like killing a demon soaring and then killing another demon will yield more fury and a higher score. These additions come alongside the new Elite Seraph enemy and a coat of arms collectibles. There's one coat of arms in every level on each difficulty, and they reward users with new weapon skins at certain thresholds. The new demon, however, wasn't detailed. More specific patch notes should be on the game's forums soon. It wasn't exactly a secret that Metal Hellsinger was headed to the previous generation of hardware. Xbox recently said the title was coming to Game Pass on Xbox One, insinuating it would be available on the last batch of consoles quite soon. Cool. So anybody that had been wanting to play Metal Hellsinger on previous gen consoles, it is coming. Destiny 2 game director responds to complaints about player burnout. Looking forward to some Star Wars news. Yeah. Why am I blanking the name of the new game? I think we're going to get a pretty good chunk of information about the new Star Wars Jedi game. Yep. I think there's going to be a good chunk of information about that on the Game Awards. So probably pretty easy to say that it'll be there, I think. Yep. Destiny 2 game director responds to complaints about player burnout. The community has been complaining about the seasonal model for a while, and the Bungie boss wants you to know it's being heard. When my colleague and fellow Destiny 2 veteran Phil Savage wrote about burnout earlier this week, I almost nodded my head clean off. Phil pointed out the Destiny 2 community tends to be at its most irascible during the final season of each year, when the sameness of the grind really bites. But he also noted that this time around, people really do seem to be over the current model, which tends to lack big secrets and surprises, and the problem is likely to get worse before it gets better. Honestly, the mood music around Destiny 2 has become increasingly grumpy over the course of 2022, as the glow from the Witch Queen's excellent campaign faded. Aside from the staleness of going a near identical power climb every 3 months, the core playlists are also incredibly stale. PvP in particular seems to be a constant tire fire of complaints about lack of maps, the perceived injustices of SBMM, and a detested aerial effectiveness system that Bungie remains mind-bogglingly committed to making work. SBMM is skill-based matchmaking, by the way. As much as I still love the game, and let the record state I really do, it's clear from the recent rough player numbers that many are voting with their mouse fingers and staying away. Interstage left Joe Blackburn, Destiny 2 game director, who took to Twitter this afternoon to deliver a thread of 5 messages that can be summarized as, "We've heard, we don't disagree, we're working on changes, but they're going to take a while before you fill them." Blackburn closed in collegial fashion, saying, "I wanted to make sure everyone knows that your words are not falling on deaf ears. Whilst the phrase 'we're listening' has long since reached meme status among Bungie's detractors, I've interviewed Blackburn, and he's always come across as incredibly smart and sincere. So my immediate reaction is that the burnout issue is being taken seriously. Live service games are super tankers, and it's incredibly hard to change their direction mid-voyage. Those looking for the best of what Destiny 2 has to offer right now should direct themselves to the new dungeon, which drops this Friday at Reset. Designed for 3-player teams, dungeons tend to be some of the coolest challenges in the game. The new one is called Spire of the Watcher and is rumored to have something of a Western theme." True! What's up, buddy? Hey, man. Happy Thursday. So, this is what I'll say about Bungie. Everything that I know about Bungie and have read over the past year, I really, really, really think that Bungie is a good dev. Whether you enjoy the games they make or not, the things I know about them as a company, I like. So, ultimately, I think they really do care about their community. I think they have great internal, like, as a company, beliefs and values when it comes to taking care of their employees and things like that. And outside of whether you might enjoy their games, I think that everything that I know about Bungie would lead me to believe that this is not just blowing smoke at the community, okay? I honestly think that they are listening to Destiny 2 community. They're saying, we are figuring out ways to make things better for you, to not make the game feel so stagnant in the seasonal kind of modes that we've been rolling out. And I think they'll get it figured out. I think Destiny 2 is a good game. I played Destiny 2 on release. Matter of fact, I think I bought like an enhanced version of it or something. But I got to a point with the game where losing the story, day one Halo fan, Destiny lost you. Oh. Yeah, I mean, I didn't play Destiny 1. But I love loot and shooters. I love loot and shooter games, you know? And so whenever Destiny 2 was I knew Destiny 2 was coming out. I I opted in. I bought it, played it on release, had a good time with it, but I kind of got burnt out on it too. I don't know. I ended up getting to a point where I was like, man, I'm kind of done. And I think they release a good amount of content at a good pace, but there was something that happened for me where I kind of lost. I don't know. It wasn't keeping me engaged, you know? It wasn't that I wasn't necessarily having fun anymore. I felt like I was just kind of repeating, you know? And once they started coming out with like expansions and new content and stuff, I wasn't invested in going back to it at that point, I guess. So I don't know, but I do think that Bungie's a good developer from what I know about them, and I think they probably will find ways to help the community that is really committed to the game moving forward. Dude, yeah. I mean, I think they do a great job with the game. Yeah, I agree, Happy. Yep. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. Again, I feel like I just got to a point where I was feeling it was feeling a bit repetitive. It did get a bit stale for me in the early days of the game. And I just got to where I was like, well, I'm going to play some other stuff. And I honestly, I think I was really planning on going back to the game once more content came, but I just never made it back, man. You know? Marvel's Avengers reportedly will not have new content after 2023. Marvel's Avengers will reportedly lose support soon. Marvel's Avengers is a pretty strange and tragic game, as it was a really exciting project that would bring Earth's mightiest heroes alive in a really exciting way. Although the Avengers have appeared in numerous games over the years, this was the first modern true AAA third-person action game that would give you full control over these heroes. Unfortunately, the game was met with lukewarm reception at best due to a buggy launch, conflicting game design choices, significant monetization, and much more. I put monetization in there because they didn't. It was hurt even further by the fact that post-launch support was pretty mediocre and the big expansions were few and far between. Marvel's Avengers has basically been on life support over the years. While there is a very dedicated fan base and it does receive new skins frequently, the substantial content drops that keep a live service game alive haven't been anything too exciting, with the exception of a Black Panther expansion. With that said, it sounds like Marvel's Avengers may be coming to an end soon. According to a reputable leaker, Miller Ross, on behalf of Xputer, Marvel's Avengers is being sunset in 2023. Something that Miller had hinted at in the past. There are reportedly no plans for more content in 2024, and this will also see lead designer Brian Wagner departing Crystal Dynamics. According to the report, Marvel's Avengers was always intended to last 3 to 5 years, and this supposed loss of support would align with that time frame. Remains to be seen what will come of Marvel's Avengers in the coming year. There are a handful of rumors, characters that have yet to be added, such as She-Hulk. Unknown whether there's any DLC planned for next year. Yeah. Either way, it seems likely servers will remain active in Marvel's Avengers, just like other online games after losing support, like Red Dead Online. None of this is officially confirmed. Grain of salt here. But something official will probably come out before too long if this is in fact the case, yeah? Yeah, look, man. It got criticized for the pretty significant monetization that was in the game, if I remember correctly. And so I'm going to throw that in there for him. Yeah. Days Gone director blames woke reviewers for game's middling reception. These darned woke kids nowadays. Former Sony bend writer and director John Garvin has a theory on why the open world zombie survival game didn't sell well. It's the wokeness, man. I mean, it absolutely couldn't be the fact that the game sucked ass, you know? It's the woke culture, you know? That's it. It's not the fact that the game was a piece of crap. It's the wokeness. I'm not saying the game was a piece of crap, but I haven't played it. I thought people actually liked Days Gone pretty well. We're talking about Days Gone again. 3 years after the open world zombie survival game came out, you may recall the one-time PlayStation exclusive received a middling reception and saw apparently disappointing sales. The reason? Well, according to writer and game director John Garvin's response to a fan on Twitter, woke reviewers couldn't handle a gruff white biker looking at his date's ass. Oh, dude. Days Gone is Sony Ben Studios' first real foray into the open world genre. Came out in April. Dude, Bizon King just played this. Our mod and fellow content creator and awesome friendo, Bizon King, just played Days Gone, right? I'm pretty sure. He's working, man. He hasn't been able to hang out much this week. He's working, but following the former outlaw turned grifter Deacon St. John as he traversed a post-apocalyptic and zombie-littered Oregon, the game landed to a mid-critical reception. It received a score of 70. 71 is respectable, though, dude. It received a score of 71 on Metacritic and 72 on OpenCritic, with most reviewers panning the game for its dull world, frustrating exploration, and bland storytelling. In Kotaku's review, former staff writer Joshua Rivera, said Days Gone failed to offer anything new in favor of blending formlessly into arguments made by 10 years of The Walking Dead and countless post-apocalyptic games of its ilk. In other words, Days Gone was a wholly unoriginal, if occasionally enjoyable experience. Yeah, I mean, it's not going to blow you away, right? But like a 70 to mid-70s review, like that's respectable. It's not like a terrible game or anything. You watched gameplay, it looks dope. Yeah, I mean, I've heard people have enjoyed it. I don't think, again, I never expected this to be a game from what I've heard of anything that was going to, like, blow you out of the water. It's not going to, like, blow you away, you know? Oh, are you talking about gameplay of this or of what we were just talking about, the Marvels game? Which one are you talking about, Happy? But this game, I mean, I've heard people had a pretty good time in this, actually. It was entertaining enough, I think. The game sold approximately 8 million copies between its initial PlayStation 4 launch 3 years ago and its PC port that dropped in May of last year. 8 million is a massive figure to celebrate, but considering Sucker Punch Productions' open world Kurosawa like Ghost of Tsushima sold the same amount in less than 2 years' time, upper management within Ben's studio, including former director Jeff Ross, declared Days Gone a disappointment. Days Gone? Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. I just wanted to make sure. 8 million copies sold is a disappointment, yo. I've watched a little bit of it, dude. Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, yeah, it's pretty funny. Yeah, 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 yeah. It's pretty funny, dude. I haven't watched a whole lot of it yet, but I need to get back in there and watch some more of it. It's pretty good. 8 million copies, dude. Disappointment. Okay. Now, Garvin has shared some theories of his own as to why critics found Days Gone was something of a disappointment. In a since deleted tweet, Garvin gave a fan three reasons why he thinks the game performed so poorly: tech issues like bugs, streaming, and frame rate. Look, this kind of thing on release is all too common and really unacceptable, in my opinion. I never expect a game to be like completely bug free, but dude, developers have got to get better about game releases. And I don't care. It is not okay to go, well, at least it felt good on this platform, even if it didn't feel good on that platform. Dude, that's not an out. Get wrecked. That flipping sucks. I don't care, dude. If a developer is going to release a game and they've gone, we're going to release it on Xbox, we're going to release it on PlayStation, we're going to release it on PC, it should feel good, optimized, and pretty polished on every single one of those platforms on release. It had reviewers who couldn't be bothered to actually play the game. Uh, I'll talk about that in just a second, Happy. And three, it had woke reviewers who couldn't handle a gruff white biker looking at his date's ass. Was his date? Here's what I would find interesting. So I'm pretty sure that the main character of this game is supposed to be a male gendered individual, right? Was his date supposed to be female? So what if they had made this gruff white biker gay? That would have been awesome. To where he's always checking out other dudes' asses in the game. then what would you have to say about the woke stuff? You know what I mean? I'm just saying, dude. You know, this is like, come on, man. You know, like. That actually would have been really, really cool. I think that would have been funny. I'm sure even Walking Dead's Daryl can get it. Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying. Look, man. And please don't take that the wrong way. Like, I'm not like in no way, shape, or form was what I was saying right there any kind of shot at like gay people or the gay community or anything like that. That is not what that was. Because this community is about accepting everybody for who they are, and I am also, you know, I'm a straight individual, and but I have absolutely no issue with anybody in who they're attracted to or who they want to love or anything like. Dude, that doesn't bother me. But I find it funny that like, you know, this is the statement here. You know what I mean? And would he have still made this statement? You know, would this individual have still made this like uh woke reviewer statement if they had just changed it to where the main character in the game was gay? You know? Yeah, for sure, Happy. Yeah. Yeah, I just want to be very clear there. You know, I didn't want anybody to take that the wrong way because, you know, it's really easy for things to get misconstrued, and I want to be very clear. Like, dude, I'm I'm the same way, dude. I'm all about love and I want people to respect one another and just we don't always have to see things eye to eye, but it's about being civil and understanding that it's okay to be different, right? That's the way the world should be. We don't have to necessarily believe the same exact things and stuff like that. There you go, true, exactly, dude. Um, but just understanding that it's okay to be different and be civil about things. That's what the world needs, man. Um, I think I think that I don't think he would have been able to say that. You know what I mean? That's pretty funny. If you played Days Gone, you probably know the scene Garvin is referring to. But for the uninitiated, there's an early flashback sequence in which Deacon and his date Sarah. So it was a female character who later becomes his wife. Explore Oregon, walking a trail, taking in the sights. Sarah stops to show Deacon what he's looking for and bends over. Deacon steps back and says, "Yep, found it." And the camera pulls back to show him ogling her. While this sexually charged moment between the two characters was a point of contention for some critics, it's hardly one of the main reasons why the game didn't score better than it did. Oh, dude. I love that he's like blaming it on woke reviewers. How funny, dude. I think the main reason Days Gone got mediocre reviews was because the game was not very good. Yeah, I mean, look, dude, did the game ultimately do anything that was like unique and groundbreaking, or was it just a enjoyable, entertaining experience? I mean, that's what developers have to really take a look at. I mean, are you doing something that, and I know it's going to be hard for a lot of developers, right? It's going to be hard for a lot of developers because this is your baby, this is your project, and you're always going to, it's kind of like, to an extent, it's like looking at your own kid. Yo, Honest, what's up? I'm doing great, my friend. Happy Thursday. How are you? Welcome in. It's like your own kids. It's like it's hard not to look at your kids and always just go, it's better. You know what I mean? Then you look at other kids like that, right? Was Harry Potter really groundbreaking? I mean, are we talking about just like, now I can't really speak, dude. I haven't read the books. I've only seen the movies, dude. I guess what I'm getting at is, look, does a game absolutely have to be super unique and groundbreaking to get amazing reviews? No. But I think that, from the point of view of this individual, are you taking a look at your game and being realistic about it, right? Your game didn't get blasted, you know? Um, Sorry, Otis. Probably not going to happen here. I wish you the best on it. We don't do like self promotion kind of stuff here, anything like that. I'm definitely not going to be like clicking on links and stuff like that from people that I don't know. So probably not going to be a thing. All right, but I wish you the best. If the song stuff is cool. I guess Happy's down to check it out. So yeah, I mean, nobody can really post links in chat or anything in here, anyways, unless you're a mod or a VIP. So it's a matter of keeping the community safe. But um, you know, what I will say is that welcome in, and it's look the big thing for people to understand here is like my main aim is keeping this entire community safe. I'm going to do everything I can to do that. So I have to always be a bit skeptical about people coming in and posting stuff like that. I will always be. And if you're legit, then I truly wish you the best. And I hope that your endeavor and your dream with the music stuff goes very well. You know what I mean? Yeah. So what I would say is that I'm just ultimately, no matter what it is, this is not a place for promotion for other content creators and stuff like that. I promote other people at my own discretion. I have a lot of other friends that are content creators and things like that, and I promote at my own discretion. But this isn't the place for it if I don't know you and everything. So, but I do wish you the best if you're legit. It's just I don't know you, and ultimately you know therefore it won't happen for me. Sorry, buddy. But I wish you the best if you're legit about it. Um, Again, look. I mean, this is not like this game didn't get trashed or anything. So I don't know. Um, and it's not like it didn't sell it. I mean, we're talking 8 million copies sold. That I feel like that's pretty respectable. I feel like maybe it's like they just I again from working so hard on something and you want it to be the best thing ever. You know what I mean? you work hard on something. It's your baby. It's your project. You want it to be the best thing ever. And if anybody has anything bad to say about it, there are going to be certain people that don't take that very well, you know. And I think that's a little bit of it. So, I mean, this is the thing though. Like everybody's experience with content is a bit different. Um, we all have different views and experiences whenever we play games of what's good and bad, and it's inevitable, dude. It doesn't matter what game you talk about. There's always going to be somebody that goes, "That's crap," even if it's a game that's got like 300,000 reviews and it's 99% positive reviews. There's a few of them in there. People are going to go, "Oh, that was trash," because they just didn't like it, you know. And ultimately, for this one, I mean, it came out a little bit rough. That's going to hurt it, and it's not like it was like a 50 on Metacritic. I think this is one of the things I think people are so bad about with the review stuff nowadays is people will look at a game that gets reviewed at like a 7 out of 10 and go, that's probably not worth, you know, when really that's a pretty respectable score. But most of the time, or whether it be a game or anything in entertainment, a movie, a show, a TV show, whatever, if it's like 3.5 stars out of 5, you know, a review, they're like, that's probably crap. You know what I mean? But ultimately, dude, that's a 7 out of 10. You know, and most people just bypass it because it's like a 3.5. Dude, that's probably an entertaining go right there. You know, and it's the same thing with games. People look at like a 7 out of 10 or a 70 out of 100 and go, oh man, that's pretty crap. But that doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. So I don't know. I feel like this is pretty respectable. I do find this quote to be pretty funny here. You know, the woke reviewers couldn't handle a gruff white biker. You know, I don't know, but I don't know the whole Harry Potter thing, dude. I don't know. Um, I've only seen the movies. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, this is my thing with reviews too, and I try to get that across to people. This is, and I'll bring this up. Actually, I'll talk about that. This is some that let's discuss that real quick. So there's a game that should be playable now that I might play this weekend a little bit. So it's Paragon the Overprime. This just what's funny is you bring up a good point, man. Right here, where's it at? I should have just searched it, but right here, check this out. Okay, it's mixed now. So what's funny is that this says release date December 5th, right? So we'll pull this up. This is like a free to play, like third person MOBA game that is just releasing. What's funny is that it says release date December 5th. This game actually didn't become playable until I think today or maybe last night. And on December 5th, it says it released because it released for pre-download, right? So it released for pre-download on the 5th, and then it started getting review bombed because people were like, "Oh, well, I downloaded and installed it, but I can't play it." But they didn't read anything, so there were like all these review bombs. It was like, why are people even able to do a review on this game right now if you can't even play the game? You know what I mean? It should have been locked down. They shouldn't have been able to review this until the game actually released in a playable state, you know? So there are all kinds of issues with reviews. But then it was like there were a bunch of reviews coming out that were positive, knocking on the people that were banging on it for it not being playable, going, you guys are idiots. You can't play it yet. But then it's a bunch of positive reviews coming in for a game that still isn't playable, right? So now I think it's actually released. Oh, looks like it's got a bad privacy policy. Whoa, $10 pop for every. Yeah, so I don't know, man, but I think the thing for me is I put more stock into like looking at Steam reviews, and usually what I do is you'll take a game like Valheim. This is just the first one that came to mind. Take a game like Valheim, right? If you take a game that's been out this long, like February of 2021, and it's got over 320,000 reviews that are 95% positive, it's a pretty good indication. Pretty good indication, that there's something decent going on there. But if a game has not been out for very long, and there's not a decent number of reviews in there, it's hard to really get a sense of what you might be getting yourself into for that title, right? So I'm more apt to take away from a review process like this, where a game's been out for a while, it's got a lot of reviews, and it showing a trend, as opposed to a game that's been out for a very short amount of time and it hasn't had a chance to really kind of mold itself yet. But here's the other thing for me. I'm much more about finding reviews for people that have actually played the game a decent amount of time too. So reviews where people have like a solid amount of time in the game, you know, and you can see a lot of these reviews are like 250 hours, 360 hours, even 98. That's nothing to scoff at, dude. And what I also do is I try to find reviews that list both pros and cons for the game. It doesn't matter whether it's a positive or negative review. I look for a review that actually does a good job at really summarizing both a good list of what's good they found to be good and bad about a game. One of the things that throws me off about reviews on websites like this, random mode time, by the way, is that it's hard to determine if this single individual maybe is like a big fan of that developer. 700 hours, game sucks, don't play. Dude, I've seen it. I've seen it. I've seen that, man. I've seen that. And it's like, and that gets a little bit weird too. It's like, bro, you got 700 hours in the game and you're like negative reviewing it? Like, what are you, what's wrong with you? What? Random mode time. Get your random modes in there. So I think there's definitely something to be said. You have to be a bit picky in how you go about really putting any kind of stock into the review process, right? Like, if you're going to lean on reviews as to what you might be able to experience out of some form of entertainment, you need to be a little bit picky, not just go off the first thing you see or whatever. And quite often on these kinds of sites, this is, I like Kotaku. There are a number of sites that I feel pretty good about, and at the same time, though, what you have to understand is usually when you see reviews on sites like this, it's just another person, man. It's just another dude. It's just another person out there that played a game and went, "This is my take," and that's just a single experience. That's just their own personal experience on that game, and it doesn't necessarily mean that's the same experience you're going to have. So that's one of the reasons I don't put quite as much stock into just like a single article review as I will like going and taking a more in-depth look at a site like Steam that has a lot of other reviews where I can kind of find some good pro and con lists from people that have played a good amount of time in the game and stuff like that. This is the last thing I've got. If anybody wants to add anything to the news segment today, let me know in chat. I'll discuss it before we move on to day 10 of Breath of the Wild, baby. This is it though. Look, guys. Today is the gaming awards, right? So we're gonna watch the game awards later on today. What do we got? About 7 hours? 7 hours. Let me hit this first. Look, you have about 2 hours left to get Fort Triumph and RPG in a box. Sorry, I pivoted real hard right there. Fort Triumph and RPG in a Box on Epic are free right now for like 2 more hours. That's it. After 2 more hours, these are going to go away, and then Saints Row 4 and Wildcat Gun Machine are going to be free. Okay? Get your free games, then get your other free games. But these are almost gone, so get these, okay? Now, the actual last thing. If you want to try to get some free gaming hardware, Steam is giving away Steam Decks. Valve is giving away Steam Decks during the Game Awards. Every single minute during the Game Awards, Valve is giving away Steam Decks. All right? I don't know, dude. Maybe. I have no idea, dude. I'm guessing. I would guess Roku has Twitch, right? I don't know, dude. I'm guessing so. I don't have Roku, dude. But I'm guessing it does. This is what you need to know. There are some requirements, okay? You got to be in the US, Canada, UK, or the EU. You have to have made a purchase on your Steam account between November 14th of last year and November 14th of this year. Your account has to be in good standing, and you cannot have a limited account, meaning at some point in time, over the lifetime of your account, you have to have spent $5. Whether it be purchasing a game for $5 or more, or over the history of your account, $5 has to have been spent on an amount of things at one time, whatever, or $5 be put in your wallet, something like that. That way your account is no longer considered limited, okay? But if you meet all these requirements, all you have to do is go here, log in, you'll hit register, it'll ask you to log in, and boom, that's it. That's all registering is. You hit the register button, you log in, it checks your account to make sure that your account is fulfills all these requirements. If you do, then it's like, cool, you're registered. The only other thing you have to do is actually watch the awards at this link. They want you watching. You have to be logged in and watching the awards at their site, steam.tv, later on today whenever they go live, okay? Again, that's about 7 hours from now. So if you do that, you are potentially going to win yourself a Steam Deck. Cool? Yeah, super easy, True. Yeah, you're very welcome, buddy. Super easy. Here's what the last thing I'm going to say is that we're going to watch the awards here in this channel, okay? And I would love to have everybody here to hang out and watch that wants to be a part of it. We're going to have a full day of gaming, Breath of the Wild, and the normal time that we would roughly be kind of shutting down the stream for the day, we're actually just going to watch the Game Awards. We're going to have an extended stream today, watch the Game Awards for a while, and hang out as a community to watch the Game Awards. Now, if you want to hang out with us and watch the awards, then we'll be in the channel here watching it. And you always have the option of like being logged in and have the Steam.tv awards up in another tab or on another device or whatever. That way you're still in the running to win a device every single minute as well, a Steam Deck. Because again, they're giving away one every single minute, and you have to be logged into your account after registering, and you have to be watching at this link. Okay, so if you want to hang out with us and be in the running, then you'll just need to be kind of watching both here with us and maybe have this open on another tab, muted or whatever. That's an option for you. Cool. But I'll throw these into chat. There you go. I also brought up this today, the Game Awards 2022 giveaway rules. These are a little bit more in depth. Basically what happens if you end up winning, they're going to send you an email. Okay. Yeah, you'll need to have it open on your end too. Yep. So that's what I've been telling everybody. You will need to have basically a tab. You'll need to be, and you can do this either in a browser. You can actually do it in Steam. In Steam, if you go to the store and you go to Steam, the Game Awards they have a banner right here on the Steam. If you're on, I think you can do it in the phone app, mobile app. You can do it on your PC. Go to the Game Awards right here, and you can click the register. And it'll be streaming on this page as well. So I think there are multiple ways to get it done. You know what I mean? But specifically, just through the link that I'm giving you, you can just click right here, and it'll take you to the I've already registered, so I don't need to do this. But this is where it'll be just like the application on the PC that I just showed you. It'll be streaming right from here. But you need to have this up. You have to be logged in, registered, logged in, and watch it on their site, okay, in order to be in the running. Yeah. This is some additional information. If you do win, they're going to email you, okay, and they're going to be requesting like shipping information, okay? So if you do not get back to them with shipping information by December 16th, you will forfeit that prize. I highly recommend, after the Game Awards, you check your spam folders, all right? Just in case. But if you need more about the details, I'm going to throw these in here too, all right? So there you go, guys. That's what I've got. That's the news. It'll be a good day. We're going to move on to doing some Breath of the Wild Day 10 and then the Game Awards later. Cool. I'm really excited. Game Awards should be good. Well, I mean, even outside of just getting to see all the awards and everything, we should be able to get some nice, good info on that's not what we're listening to. Nice, good info on upcoming games, stuff maybe we haven't even heard was in development. Should be a nice variety of things that we'll get some info on in the gaming world. Cool. That's what I got, guys. Let's get some there we go. A little bit of some Subnautica OST vibes going on while we close this out. Thanks to everybody that is part of this community. You guys are amazing. I appreciate you very much. And thanks to everybody that was part of the news segment today. Amazing. We're going to move on to Breath of the Wild Day 10. Cool. If anybody is checking out this content after it was live as a VOD, either on the Twitch channel here or on our YouTube channel, and you're enjoying the content, see what you can do about coming and hanging out with myself, the rest of these amazing individuals that are part of this community when we go live at 6 a.m. CST every single day. Start off all of our streams with video gaming news before we dive into whatever video gaming content we have slated for the rest of the day, okay? Other than that, you guys just stay healthy, stay safe, be kind, and we will catch everybody tomorrow for December 9th edition of Video Gaming News, and it will be day 11 of Breath of the Wild. Cool.